Okay, here's another fun one. Um, I'm calling this one Oops All Bolts. And the reason that we can play this is that we have some new bolt-like things that we can play in Timeless and Historic. Today, it's going to be Chain Lightning. This comes to us out of the Historic Anthology 4, or sorry, the Arena Anthology 4, that is. And this is essentially a lightning bolt that our opponent can cast if they pay 2 red once we, send it at them. And then if they send it back to us, we can send it back a third time. It's basically just how low do you want to have your life go and how much red mana do you have to pay. So Chain Lightning is going to function kind of like a lightning bolt for us, of which we are also playing 4 of. In addition to these, we have Bolt Wave, which is the sorcery lightning bolt that we've been having in Historic and Timeless for a bit. Then we also have Plasma Bolt, deals 2 damage unless a permanent left the battlefield or a spell is warped this turn. And our way of getting the Void to happen is going to be with Bloodstained Mire and Arid Mesa, our fetch lands, to find our 12 basic red sources. Okay, so we're going to be casting a lot of spells, so we do need to have creatures that can, profit off of that. So Monastery Swiftspear, Haste and Prowess, that's pretty important. Slickshot Show Off, also Flying Haste. And then it has Big Prowess, which is this +2/+0 until end of turn, plus we can plot it, which is cool. We have Chrome Mox for acceleration, 2 copies of it, and the reason that some of those are in there is because we also have Improvised Club, which is a 2 mana, deals 4 damage to any target if we sack a creature or artifact. So our last 4 damage can be done through this if we are down to get rid of our Swift Spear, Show Off, Chrome Mox, or 2 copies of Corey's Steelcutter, or our 4 copies of the Great Furnace. So we have ways to do this. Skewer the Critics is basically going to be our 5th copy of Bolt. So if we look at it this way, then we have basically 20 copies of Lightning Bolt with a good second in Improvised Club, and then we have some creatures that can be happy that we did things like that. This is going to be pretty aggressive. It's also going to die if we go into the late game, so we're going to try to have some fast games, get in there, slap some opponents around, and should be a fun round.
This episode of Full Control MTG is brought to you by Patreon and your viewership. If you want to support the channel financially, the Full Control MTG Patreon is the best place to do so. With a Shockland tier, you get access to videos as soon as they are recorded and edited. Don't wait to get your hands on another Full Control MTG deck list. Otherwise, it's your support for the channel that keeps me going. Thanks for being here and enjoy the video.
All right, let's go. So this is our first round. We have a artifact, we have a Chain Lightning, we have a Monastery Swiftspear. So let's turn 2, get some big Swiftspears, deal some damage. We'll give it a try and see what happens. All right, 1. And then we also have Improvised Club. That could be kind of nice. Yeah, we're just turning things sideways here. Hopefully they don't have much to do about it. Springleaf Drum, that is exactly the kind of slow start we're looking for. We also just don't want to get Omni-showed though, which is something that could happen soon. We'll put out another Great Furnace here. If they ramp to a Karn, then I just feel kind of stupid, but all right. Chain Lightning. They can't pay for it. We get to hit for effectively 7. They're at 12 on round 2. Feels kind of good. We can sack a land to go Improvised Club, and I think with Glaring Fleshraker on the battlefield, I'm incentivized to do it. We get an even better response with Bolt. So we'll do that. So this is hit for 4, put them to 8. Then Improvised Club pretty much almost kills them, so we'll do that. Sack a Great Furnace. And they are, I think, going to be at 2. Yeah. That's 2, so any bolt off the top wins it for us. And I suppose any just normal attack with the Swift Spears does as well. They play Fleshraker, they're going to start to do their thing. We just need to crawl over the finish line here, which is exactly what the experience of being in a red deck is like. Maybe we get a good draw here. Anything but a land. There's a land. We will set that up. I can hit for 1 at the expense of a Swift Spear. Let's see if they block with Fleshraker. I'm happy to put them to 1 just to test. Go to 1. They will eat. Okay. They've seen through my tricks here, because I mean, I guess I would have killed them if I had had the thing. And yeah, also kind of important to think about. We want to get them before they're able to survive a bolt. Here's Brood Scale. Okay. Let's just do our fetch now. It's kind of inconsequential, whatever we do from this position. In Graveyard, we've really only seen that. Then here we go. Fleshraker's doing their thing. All we need is one top deck here. It all comes down to this. Malevolent Rumble. All right, we're not worried about that. Sadly, they did gain that life, so they're not dead right now. Fleshraker doing its thing. Kozilek's command in hand, so we die next turn, I think. All right, this is going to be a huge top deck, in fact. Haywire Might. They don't have the colors for it, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, Springleaf Drum is already tapped. Oh, their last thing is... they put me to 1. Oh no, they do kill me here. Nice. All right, well, unfortunately, mono red couldn't quite do it, but we did have a really, really strong start. I think that's a good indication that we might be able to take a few games here in Timeless. So let's see if that will actually happen. All right. Slickshot Show Off is actually pretty nice. We also get to play Chain Lightning early. I'm down. So let's go just some inconspicuous red mana. And we'll go for a plotted Show Off. And we can hit for quite a lot, actually. Let's see what Brain Train is on today. Is this going to be a Thoughtseize? Maybe Chrome Mox. All right, so looking like Jund or Black-Green Control. Malevolent Rumble, maybe? It'll be a crop rotation, getting probably Strip Mine. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so am I bolting here? I don't think I need to bolt. If I can kind of bait them into playing an Ancient Tomb, then I'm happy. We'll just continue to show them red mana, and then just kind of like not really explain anything about it. If they want to slow the game down, it's okay. We just need to make sure that we can have a slick shot on the battlefield. Once we can do that, then we're really solid. And okay, cool. Them fetching like this is really ideal. As long as the Thoughtseize or Kozilek's Inquisition doesn't take out my slick shot, we're good. Cool. So we're going to plot this. Next turn, if our lands aren't disrupted, we have 9 damage plus 7, which is lethal right now. That's really interesting. They've played their land. Wary Zone Guard does take me off of a little bit of mana. That's fine. At least it's on the ground. We do get Strip Mined every turn for the rest of the game now, but that's actually not going to be a problem. We are just going face, face, face. I will save Chain Lightning for a turn where I could conceivably cast it again, although they die next turn, unless they can Strip Mine more than 2 lands, but even then I can just play a Great Furnace and attack. So they need Thoughtseize to take this from my hand. Yeah, they would have needed exactly Thoughtseize. Sweet. So they bring back Strip Mine, take out a land, but we should be surviving here. All right. Bojuka Bog, exile my graveyard. That was never a problem. All right, cool. Great Furnace, Chain Lightning to the face. We will take round 2. Sweet. All right, that's definitely a deck that can start to take over the game mid to late. It's a good thing that we were able to get under right away. Sweet. All right, let's go. What do we think about this one? It's another slick shot start. We have Improvised Club using Great Furnace, so I think this is enough for me to keep it. Now the question is, what is our opponent on? They are on the play. If it's another land hate strategy, then that's problematic. We see Mishra's Bauble. Will that look at me or them? Okay. Was not preceded by a DRC, so that's good. All right. Skewer the Critics is what they saw. All right. We'll pass. This is a deck that I'm thinking probably plays red, so Chain Lightning with the buyback is something to think about. Skewer the Critics, you got it. Tap Steam Vents. I have just played Sneak and Show, so it could be this. They are going to be a Strip Mine deck. Okay. I mean, if they give me a turn with my land, that'd be kind of crazy. Oh, they do. That's probably an issue for them. So we're going to do the same plan here of plot this, probably eat a Strip Mine this turn, and then just cast some spells and hope that that's enough. I think the two spells I'm going to go for are Bolt Wave and Skewer, seeing as they're both sorceries and Skewer needs to have some more specific requirements to cast. Then if we're able to keep the Great Furnace around, then, well, Improvised Club's going to be pretty good. The one awkward thing here is I'm going to have to burn my Arid Mesa in order to, oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I can Improvise Club plus Skewer the Critics. That's not an, oh, it is an instant. Okay, so I can actually do that in response to a Strip Mine activation. So we'll do this. Cast the Slick Shot, and I'm going to hit them for some mana, or some damage rather, with Bolt Wave. Then I'm just trying to think, like, is it worth holding Improvised Club? I'm not really sure. I assume they strip mine my Furnace, but I'm not sure. Holding priority here, I assume that that's on strip mine. If they strip mine me now, they're going to be at odds with the Quarry Steel Cutter not being triggerable. So I think that they might just not strip mine me here. If I think they're not going to do that, then I think my move is Skewer the Critics and Bolt Wave. Yeah, I'm going to go aggressive here. We can put them to 1, I think, here. Oh, Slick Shot. They did have a Lightning Bolt. Okay. Well, I think I still have to do this anyway. And then we go Bolt Wave, put them to 10. Just be mana efficient here. Regardless, we can still go put them to 3. So we're not that bad right now. Now, if they take my Great Furnace, I do feel bad. Okay, this might be a deck that plays Karn, seeing the way that they're strip mining here. All right, this is going to be another photo finish one. Can we get to the 20 damage mark before they stabilize and start to recur the strip mine? I think I lose to an infinite strip mine loop, and then I also lose to just damage at some point. We love to see a Scalding Tarn activation. They're effectively at 2 now. Doesn't really change the status, but I mean, if they fetch one more time, 2 improvised clubs would work. I do have to be pretty cognizant that I lose mana both by things like this Ren and 6 loop happening. Okay. Oh, well, they're dead this turn, though. Okay. Yeah, no, we're chilling. Too many fetches. And that's why we're playing in Timeless. The greedy mana bases will help me out here. They don't have strip mine. Yeah, they don't have another land this turn. Cool. Resolves. Play Great Furnace. We go Chain Lightning. And we go Improvised Club. Sack a Great Furnace. Cool. And that is exact damage. Cool. That always feels really nice when you do it against a strip mine loop deck. Sweet. That was a really nice round. Let's move on. Okay, what do we have here? We have Monastery Swiftspear as our creature this time. A little worse. Nothing to trigger our Plasma Bolts. I almost wonder if I'm supposed to flip this one back. Extra mana with Chrome Mox. I mean, let's try it. This is definitely not our best hand that could happen, but it's something. The question is, do I need mana for doing stuff with Chrome Mox? Maybe Chrome Mox pitches the improvised club for the beginning here. Maybe it pitches the Plasma Bolt. Not totally certain yet. We do want to save these for when we get our fetch land. Oh, we're looking at Reanimator here. Okay, they're going to help me deal damage, which is nice. 17, they're going to be effectively at 11 if they bring the troll back. And then if they attack with it, I'm like even happy with that. Yeah, okay. This has the potential to go really bad, but it also has the potential to just kind of be a layup for us. So I can actually go improvise club. Okay, so Chrome Mox, Exile Plasma Bolt, improvise club, sacking Chrome Mox, then Plasma Bolt. So that's 7 damage, put them to 10. Okay, this all changes now. Are we looking at Grief Reanimate? If it's Grief Reanimate, I can kill the Grief, so I don't really care about the damage. Just a road bump on our way, 220 damage here. Okay, they take that. All right, so we will play what they don't know that we have. Am I gonna just start Plasma Bolting now? I mean, it's good damage. Okay, yeah, it was a good check for any triggers. I think we just cast Chrome Mox for the prowess, decline the trigger, put them to 9. Okay, Fatal Push. This might be problematic. Kind of need this attack to get in. Looking at Chrome Mox, it does not tap for mana right now. Okay, getting to attack phase. Okay, them going to 9 is actually really huge because now it just comes down to 3 draws. If they fetch, I could runner with improvised club. Probably not going to happen that way though, but one can dream. Strip mine. We've seen strip mine 3 times now, which is kind of crazy. Grief putting them to 5. Okay. So Chrome Mox just kind of sitting there to put them to 1 if I draw my artifact sacking spell. Oh, I do kind of like my chances. Here's Arid Mesa. We just got to thin that deck. We're not attacking. And they know that we're not attacking. Another troll. So they can't reanimate those anymore unless they have the necromancy or something like that. Bring a land back. Makes sense that we don't attack with the grief. So Chain Lightning now lethal. I gotta make sure that I can cast a second Chain Lightning. Make sure that we have a third land here. So we're gonna go Chain Lightning, target grief. They can. Oh yeah, right. They can't even buy it back. I should have held up my fetch land. Okay, whatever. They don't punish us with the strip mine. That's okay. And now any draw off the top does it. We have 19 life to work with. We also have 1 damage a turn. So 3 turns or the first time that I draw a bolt. Sowing Myco Spawn. Okay, fine. They'll get to have their mana. Maybe get an Ancient Tomb, play another Sowing Myco Spawn. I mean, this is just like land hate. They'll go for Strip Mine. Strip Mine doesn't really help them unless they can start to recur it. All right. It all comes down to this. I'm probably just holding this in my hand, but it doesn't matter. We have Bolt Wave, and that will be lethal. Cool. Well, I think this is definitely a deck that will become the new red deck wins in Timeless. I think that this is important because it's a balancing factor with all of the unfair decks that we have. it's something that's going to be able to go under anything that wants to be fast and unfair, and it is something that can also keep those uh, late game parity breaker decks in control. So cool thing to have floating around in the format here. Let's go to one final round. All right, let's go. Less non-creature spells, but a lot of slick shot show-offs. That has the potential to kill really quickly all at once, so I think I like that. Chrome Mox might end up just being used for Storm here. In one of our first draws, though, we do need to make sure that we have a damage dealer to set off our skewers. They go Ragavan. Oh, Ragavan's actually pretty interesting here. I wonder how much I'm worried about that. They're taking their sweet time over there. They will hit me. Ragavan. Just Plasma Bolt. Plasma Bolt off of their treasure does deal 3 damage. But do they want to play something from hand more? It's a great furnace on their side as well, so wondering what's going on. It will be a strip mine, alright. Strip mine, kind of annoying, but I can deal with it. So we just plot another slick shot this turn. Maybe they flame. Okay, they do Plasma Bolt us. Only for 2. They're going to save their treasure, so I think they have another color that they're working with here. Skewer number 2. Yikes. Alright, slick shot show off. Well, we don't really have a way to kickstart this chain, sadly. I'm trying to think if I care about Ragavan at all. I think I might just need to deal straight up damage. Okay, they've turned on my Skewer the Critics. Love to see a damage for 3. Broadside Bombardiers. Okay, so they're aggro, but a different type of aggro. Another Bolt. They can hit me for 3, put me to 9. That gets scary. I just need to kind of rip something pretty badly right now. If it's direct damage, I'm in a good spot. If it's not direct damage, I might lose. Chrome Mox. I mean, this turn we're definitely attacking, even if it comes down to just Skewer the Critics hardcast. Ooh, Broadside hits me for 2, puts me to 7. Okay. Land's not great. Slick shot. Slick shot. I think I Skewer Broadside. That's worth more damage to them. We hit for 6. We can hit for more with Chrome Mox. I'll just decline this. We hit for 10. They're at 7. They die next turn with a Skewer. So I actually don't even need anything. Alright, we can take it. It just depends on what they have to play here. Put me to 5. Any direct damage out of their deck and any direct damage out of mine. Swift Spear, that's a great hit for me. Now they got to deal 5 to me before my next turn. Fury is so huge. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think Red Stompy is going to take it here. That was like exactly what they needed. So I guess they play the Swift Spear. Yeah. Chain Lightning. I'd love to be able to send that back, but I cannot. And that'll be a Lightning Bolt to finish me off, okay? They're just a more mid-range version of my deck. Well, I think despite that last game at the end, we did show that mono red does have a place here, and I think even in the last game we showed that as well in a mirror match. Um, I think it's going to be kind of cool to see where this deck ends up in like about a month or so. Are we going to be on this hyper low to the ground thing that I was playing, or is this mid range that we played in game 5 going to be what prevails? Let me know in the comments, but yeah, that's the video. See you in the next one.